One, two, testing. All right. First of all, I want to say I had a couple of exams for engineering classes, and for most of these classes, we're allowed to bring an 8x11 sheet of notes. We call it a cheat sheet. So I hope you don't mind, but I just brought a couple of cheat sheets right here. And so a lot of people ask me, Peter, are you going to do something for open mic? And at the beginning of the year, I knew I was going to do something, just I wasn't sure. And I was talking with Kia last week, and she said, oh, Peter, you should do the Mulan dance. I'm your #1 fan. And I thought, yeah, maybe, but then I said, wait, no, I can't. I'm too old for that stuff, man. I mean, my legs are not what they used to be. I'm past my prime now. And what I do, like, I dance only like 20 times last year in ACF events alone, and besides, you're probably all bored to death if I do it again. If I was right here and did it, you all go, except for Kia, my #1 fan. Yeah, her and a million others who claim themselves to be my #1 fan. If you really want to see it, if you're really desperate, I'll consider doing it to you face to face behind closed doors. Since I'm not doing the Mulan dance, let's get down to business with this stand-up comedy thing. First of all, I want to apologize for something that happened at ACF Kickoff. For those who were there, you remember we were playing this game called Human Bingo. Each of us had a sheet with certain categories, and you were supposed to find someone to assign each category. For example, some of the categories could be like who is an engineer, and I would sign that, or who can sing opera, or who hasn't brushed their teeth for the past month, or who's got the biggest calves. And me being the arrogant person I am, I said I was a good impersonator and I wrote that on every person's sheet. And Steffi and Steve, they're so nice, and they're leading the games. They forced me to do this Michael Jackson song, Thriller, which I didn't even know the lyrics to. I didn't even recognize the word. I didn't even recognize Thriller in that song. But I had no choice. I had to come up here, do that song, and I said, oh, I can't do this. What should I do? So I just resorted to doing cartwheels all over this place. And if you saw my cartwheels, you know my cartwheels are pretty weak sauce. So I didn't even know that was a Michael Jackson song, and you probably think I'm naive because of that, but not as naive as something that happened to me 2 years ago when I was a little freshman. See, I went to Walgreens. I needed to buy shampoo, and it was my first time shopping by myself because, of course, my mom does it for me at home. And so I saw these different brands of shampoos, and there's this one brand that had a lot of different colors. And those who know me, oranges are my favorite fruit. I saw the shampoo, I said, ooh, orange flavor. I didn't even read the labels at all, it was with the shampoo, so I took it. And I was so proud of that shampoo that I brought it to ACF and showed everyone, hey, look at this, it's orange flavor. And then my gal saw it and she said, hey Peter, you use herbal essence? That's for girls. So I ended up trading shampoos with Ann. Thanks, Ann. A lot of people have made fun of me for buying herbal essence or not knowing that I didn't know it was exclusively for girls. Mai told me, oh, I heard you traded shampoos with Ann. Real men use herbal essence and aren't afraid to smell nice. And I was really hurt when you guys made fun of me. But then I started using Swagger from Old Spice.
Oh my god!
Who's laughing now? Seen Pirates of the Caribbean. Of course, all you girls have seen it. I mean, all I have to say is Pirates of the Caribbean. You're either thinking, oh, Johnny Depp, or oh, Orlando Bloom. Just for the record, I'll talk about Johnny Depp or Captain Jack Sparrow. So there's this quote that Captain Jack Sparrow used, which was by far my most overly used phrase in ACF. It was persuade me. And Elizabeth tried to persuade him, and then he says, as I said, persuade me. So in almost every situation possible, I would use those lines, persuade me. So last year I was in charge of the ACF projector in large group, and some girls wanted to watch this Jay Chow movie using this projector, and so one of them asked, hey Peter, can we use a projector so we can watch a movie? I said, no, persuade me. And then another girl like Anne will say, Jay Chow is so good. And then I'll say, as I said, persuade me. And of course, persuade me were the only two words I understood in the Pirates of the Caribbean, because I can't understand the British accents, or should I say, I can't understand the British accents. Another example, last year I was living in the dorms, and a lot of upperclassmen said, you have to get out of the dorms, Peter, time to move into an apartment. No, persuade me. Someone will say, don't you want to have a different living experience? As I said, persuade me. And as you know, I'm living in an apartment this year, so I guess I was persuaded. And living in an apartment has its good and bad things. The good things are, I don't have to eat dorm food anymore, which tastes horrible. I don't have to share bathrooms, and I don't have to worry about it catching any viruses spreading in celery. Some bad things are that I no longer lose 15 pounds every semester like I did when I was an underclassman. See, when I was an underclassman, every time I came home for the holidays, my parents say, oh, Peter, looks like you lost weight. Like Thanksgiving, I come back and say, oh, you lost weight, Peter. Christmas break, oh, you lost weight. But then last month I went back home, first time after living in an apartment, and they said, oh, Peter, looks like you gained weight. And I thought, dang it, I just can't help it. I have certain cravings for food. It's like how Homer Simpson has cravings for donuts. Well, I have cravings for burgers, and after a large group, you know, we go to Five Guys sometimes, and every time I hear that, I think, burgers. And one of the alumni who persuaded me to get out of the dorms was Steve Young, and if you don't know him, he's not the former football player. And what I liked about Steve was he would always give you the same greeting every time he saw me. And just focus on these eyes. He's like, he sees me, he goes, "Sup, man?" And by second semester of last year, we would always exchange each other's most overly used phrase. So when I saw Steve, I'd say, "How's it hanging, Steve?" And Steve would say, "Persuade me." And the best part about Steve is that every time his phone rings, he always has the same routine. I remember once a small group, there were 3 people that called him within 10 minutes, and he would always have this, he would answer the phone the same way every time. First person will call, Steve picks up. Hello? Hey, what's up? Second person? Hello? Hey, what's up? Finally, the last person, and you guessed it. Hello? Hey, what's up? Steve Young does kind of resemble a current basketball player in Shaquille O'Neal. They have similarities, but they also share differences too. I mean, how many of you think I have a very low voice? Yeah, maybe about 75 of you here, but Shaq's voice is at least 20 octaves lower than mine. And no one can understand a word coming out of his mouth because it's so low. Like, Shaq, you and Kobe are feuding. What's going on? I don't know. I'm sorry. And every time Shaq's done with an interview, he always has this creepy smile he gives you. It's like he goes from a frown to a smile in slow motion. It's like, you forgot, we're the Super Lakers. We're going to win this game without Kobe. thing saying thanks. Shit, where'd my Sharpie go? Oh, I lost my pen. Dang it. Well, whenever I find that pen, I'm going to autograph these cheat sheets for you. I'm going to ask one last question. Who wants me to do the Mulan dance right now? No. Persuade me.